How would you describe your evolution as a leader from your early days to where you stand today?
So, in a line, if you ask me where am I today, I'm comfortable but definitely not complacent.
What would you say are the core principles that define your leadership style?
Humility, accept that you could be wrong, so you're not right every time.
We all are aware of the term that leaders are not born, they are made. So, do you agree with this statement?
I would say that some qualities of leadership have to be inborn. No amount of training will help.
How do you think can leaders keep their teams motivated and aligned with the organizational goals?
I'm not saying that leaders should get up and say, wow, good every time. But if somebody has done something different, something better,
If you had to choose between silence and speaking up, what would you choose and why?
I cannot be aggressive or abrasive and then say, oh, I am a forthright person. I'm just speaking.
So, can you share about one senior leader who played a pivotal role in shaping your leadership style?
Many people have made me the person or the leader I am today that it would be unfair that I name just one of them.
So, hello and welcome everyone. I would like to start by wishing a happy new year to all our listeners. As we welcome this new year, may it bring you fresh opportunities, prosperity, and success in all your endeavors. Here's to a great year filled with growth and achievement. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Welcome to Humans of Pharma, a platform created by Pharma State Academy where we unveil the untold stories, breakthroughs, and human connections behind the world of pharmaceuticals. At Humans of Pharma platform, each word is important, each line is significant, and each story is worthy of bringing a change. This is episode 25 of Inspirational Pharma Journey, Pharma Dil Se, and I will be taking you along for an inspirational pharma journey where we will be having a heart to heart discussion with a pharma leader. So, in today's episode, we are honored to have Ms. Zena D'Souza. Zena ma'am brings over 27 years of rich and diverse experience in sales, marketing, and business strategy within the pharmaceutical industry. She has spearheaded marketing. She has spearheaded marketing initiatives for some of the Indian pharmaceutical industry's leading brands and played pivotal roles in launching successful divisions in various capacities. Her in depth expertise spans multiple therapeutic areas, including acute, subchronic, and chronic segments, providing her with a comprehensive understanding of the Indian pharmaceutical landscape. Ma'am is also the co author of the book, What Does the 21st Century Pharma CEO Want from the Brand Manager? A valuable resource for aspiring pharma brand managers. Currently, she balances her time as a consultant, educator, trainer, mentor, and writer, contributing blogs on the pharmaceutical industry within a focus on sales and marketing. So, today we will be diving into the fascinating world of leadership, exploring the traits that define great leaders, the qualities which set them apart, and the skills necessary to inspire and guide teams towards great success. Leadership is not just about holding a position, it's about driving change, fostering growth, and creating a vision that others want to follow. Through the lens of Zena Ma'am's incredible journey, we'll uncover insights, strategies, and lessons that can help anyone become a more effective and impactful leader. Whether you are an aspiring leader or looking to refine your approach, this episode is packed with valuable takeaways. So before we dive in, a big thank you to Zena ma'am for joining us again on our platform. Thank you for your wealth of experience and leadership insights are truly inspiring and we are thrilled to have this opportunity to learn from you. Thank you so much ma'am for taking the time to share your journey and expertise with our listeners.
Thank you, Shrishti. It's been a great association with Pharma State Academy, and a very happy New Year to you and all the people who would be probably listening to this. Uh, it feels great because I remember the very first episode was also done with me. So Humans of Pharma and Dil Se Connect has been close to my heart for a couple of years now. But feels great to be here, bang at the start of the year.
Yes ma'am, we also feel great to have you again. So now let's start with the discussion. So coming on to my first question, ma'am, you have amassed significant experience as a leader yourself. So let's start with your journey. How would you describe your evolution as a leader from your early days to where you stand today?
So, Srishti, it's been a learning journey throughout, and the journey still continues. I started like every leader does, with a lot of enthusiasm, loads of energy. the will to do something really good, the determination to make a difference, to the position that you have been offered, to add value, and do justice to the role that you've been offered to. And with all this came a pinch of self doubt, came a pinch of fear, saying, what if I fail? What if I'm not able to do justice to my role? What if I'm not able to do justice to the team which has been entrusted to me? And those days it used to keep me awake quite a bit of nights, in the early stages. But today, looking back, I feel that that self doubt, that fear was very good. It made me humble enough to realize that I can learn from each and everybody. So having said that, at the end of 27 years, if you ask me, I will say I'm in a comfortable position of a leader now. It's part of my, DNA. It's part of my personality, and I have learned from everybody in my journey. What is also good is the urge to do or be a little better than yesterday still remains. So in a line, if you ask me where am I today, I'm comfortable, but definitely not complacent.
Yes, ma'am. I would agree that self doubt and fear is something which we all face at some point or the other in our life. And also, it's always fascinating to hear how leaders grow and adapt over time. I'm sure your journey will be inspiring to our listeners. So, moving on to the next question. What would you say are the core principles that define your leadership style, particularly within the unique challenges of the pharmaceutical industry?
So I think the core principles of leadership remain the same, whatever industry you're in. Pharma is no exception, honestly. So core principles which have guided me throughout, as a leader, I would say I would want to divide them into some things which are learnable, and some things that you're born with. So, in no particular order, I will tell you what all a good leader should have, and what I've always aspired to have. It all starts with a vision. As a leader, you need to look at things, or need to look at a picture which is bigger than the rest of your team. You know, so you need to think maybe a couple of steps ahead, sometimes a lot more steps ahead, and need to have a view which is bigger. So, vision definitely is a core principle. Courage, the ability to speak up, the ability to stand up for what you believe in, even if you're the only person in the room standing up. Yes, that's a mandatory quality that a leader should have. Humility, to accept that you could be wrong, so you're not right every time. Integrity, because leadership comes with a lot of responsibilities, but a lot of power also. So you know the famous line, right? With great power comes great responsibility. So you have to have integrity, else there are temptations all along the path of leadership. Not only that, empathy for your people. You cannot be a good leader if you don't have empathy for the team, if you don't understand what each one of your team members is going through, right? The accountability. I see so many people who are in leadership positions, but the minute there is a question asked, I did not do it. It was done there. It was done by somebody else. I really pity such people, because they would have achieved these positions, but honestly, they cannot be called leaders unless you don't hold yourself accountable and say, okay, the buck stops here. Adaptability. We've seen a lot of disruptions. Pharma, again, one of the industries last 10 years has changed. The industry has changed so much. Marketing, especially, has changed so much. So, adaptability in a VUCA environment, trying to make the best of whatever resources you have, trying to be adaptable to the changing situations. That's necessary. Good communication skills. It's not a luxury anymore. That also is a necessity, and of course, decision making. A good leader is one who, I would not say never fails, but out of 10, majority of decisions are a success because it's taken very objectively with data. So, in no particular order, like I said, I think these are the core principles of leadership in general, and these are the principles that I have tried to really follow and imbibe in when I started my journey as a leader.
Thank you, ma'am. I believe you summed up the whole crux of how to become a good leader very aptly and very nicely. So moving on, my third question revolves around we all are aware of the term that leaders are not born, they are made. So, do you agree with this statement? And if so, then how do you think one can become an efficient leader in their field?
So I don't completely agree with the statement, Shrishti, and I'll tell you why. Because I would say that some qualities of leadership have to be inborn. No amount of training will help. Okay. Having said that, you would have realized that some people are born leaders, not only in corporate environment, in your family, in your where you live, etc. If there is a event to be organized, if there's a situation that arises, crisis management, there are some people who will get up and who will take charge and get everything organized. So they don't need a title. They are leaders wherever they are. Some people I feel have leadership qualities. Unfortunately, they are under a cloud. There's a self doubt. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. There is a people pleasing attitude. Arey, I will have to, I don't think I want to be popular. Mm, Definitely cannot, does not go with leadership. The ability to sorry, the lack of courage to speak up, so these are all the things that they are under. But if these people realize that I can become, I have the potential to be a good leader, but I need to come out of my comfort zone, and for that I need help, and I'm willing to take that help. I think these are the people who can be developed into very good leaders. And you have books, you have mentors, you have workshops, you have seminars, you have master class, what not. matlab, now you sitting at home, you can really work on yourself, you know. So that is where, if there is a willing person and who exhibits some basic qualities, who basic qualities like say courage, or integrity, empathy, these qualities are there inborn, and you are willing to become a leader, I think nothing can stop that person from becoming a very good leader.
True, ma'am. Definitely. I believe that's a perspective that many aspiring leaders can relate to. And developing leadership skills is also a journey. So, your thoughts are on this, I feel, are very invaluable. So, next question. Till now, we have talked about leaders' mindset and traits at an individual level. But we all know that leadership is not all about individual, but it is also about teamwork and taking the team along with you as a whole. So, how do you think can leaders keep their teams motivated and aligned with the organizational goals?
So I'll tell you, the first change in mindset that a leader should do is to move from me to we. You have been selected for a leader because of your qualities, and obviously you've done well in your past assignment where you were an individual contributor, right? But leadership is not about individual contributions or achievements anymore. It is all about the team. So the transition from me being a superstar to we being superstars together is the biggest change in mindset. The thing that a leader can do to keep the team motivated is to be transparent. See, people like to know what they are working for. They want to feel as a valued member of the team who is contributing to a larger goal. So this tendency of some leaders to keep information to themselves and only give as much as what is needed, I don't think that helps the team morale or even the team spirit. So the one thing that a leader can definitely do is be transparent, tell people of the objective, show the vision to people. Even if they are not able to see it immediately, they will respect you for your vision, and make sure that each member feels or understands his or her contribution to the team. The second point is recognition. We tend to take our team members for granted. I work with you 2 3 years in a row, and I feel your Shrishti knows how much I appreciate her. It is not necessary that you will know every time, and there is no harm in telling you when you have done a good job. I'm not saying that leaders should get up and say, wow, good every time. But if somebody has done something different, something better, a small word of appreciation, a small line in front of his peers, colleagues in a meeting can do wonders for the team morale. And something that I started, something very simple that I started as a leader when I took charge as a general manager in one of the companies, pharma companies. That is when I started the extra mile with an X. Uh, so anybody who used to do work which was beyond what was required. Somebody who's helped the team in a campaign, somebody who's bought in a new initiative, etc. So once a month, it wasn't fixed. It could be once a month, it could be once a quarter. As and when a person did something extra, we made a batch, a small, batch with an extra mile and a very small gift, and we called the team meeting, and in front of everybody we give. You wouldn't believe the impact that has had. Till today, those colleagues call me saying, "Ma'am, I've kept that batch of yours." Just a small batch, but it did wonders for them.
Yes, ma'am, totally. Talking about the first thing which you said, that me to we, I believe that's a very transformative line for somebody who actually aspires to be a leader. And the words which you said, the initiative which you mentioned, I believe if companies start following this initiative, that would play a very pivotal role in kind of even helping in the growth of the company as such.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, there are so many instances that I've come across. Now, somebody has been an excellent medical rep, excellent guy, a superstar, overachieving. There's nothing like overachieving, achieving below above 100%, going to star award, winning every incentive, etc. Now, obviously, that person is chosen to lead a team of 5 people as an area manager. Now, a year later, you find this person totally demotivated and at a loss, thinking मैंने क्या कर दिया. So when you ask the person, "Bhai, what happened? I was so good. I was so nice. I was living such a nice life. I was doing very well in my territory. I don't know what happened." And that is when you realize the person is still thinking about individual goals. Now, my territory has become my area, whereas my territory should have become our area. Because leadership is not about doing work. No doubt you're also walking the stretch, but leadership is about getting work done with the same passion and the same commitment that you are showing to your people.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. There is a reason why it is a ship because it involves a lot of people. So, coming on to the next question, now let's come back to your individual experience. So, reflecting on your journey as a leader, if you had to choose between silence and speaking up, what would you choose and why?
Wow. So I have always been a speaker, somebody who's spoken out most of the times, all of the times. I don't remember a time I have not voiced an opinion. It's difficult for me to be silent, honestly, but uh, I have always said this, and I've said this earlier in this interview itself, that courage remains a very important, essential part of leadership. And it is this courage which allows you to speak up or speak out for what you strongly believe, and that I feel is not a luxury, or it is not something that is good to have. It is something that is a must to have. So if you ask me, I would say yes, speaking out is very important, but at the same time, I'm not saying that silence is not an effective tool in leadership. There are situations where being silent would probably serve of more use than speaking out. And also, when people talk of speaking out, I think as a leader, your tone matters a lot. In the under the guise of speaking out, you cannot alienate or belittle your team. I cannot be aggressive or abrasive and then say, "Oh, I am a forthright person. I am just speaking out." I think that fine thread of being able to put your point across assertively without hurting your team or your colleagues or your peers or your superiors in the organization, and walking that line, that is the importance of speaking out. But yes, between silence and words, I choose words most of the time.
Words do play a very crucial role, I would say. And obviously, there should be a balance between when to speak up and when to remain silent. And that's how leaders are differentiated from normal people. Uh,
Yeah. If all you do is, just sit quietly in a meeting and let it flow, honestly, what has been your contribution? And I think that's a question that every leader should ask at the end of the day, at least in the initial stages. What have I contributed today? And probably what have I learned today? If you're able to answer these two questions, satisfactorily at the end of the day, go ahead, have a good night's sleep.
True, ma'am. Having opinions and raising them also helps you gain a lot of perspective about what other people think. So, definitely. Uh, Ma'am, next question would be throughout your career transitions, you have likely encountered senior leaders who influenced your journey. So, can you share about one senior leader who played a pivotal role in shaping your leadership style, and what were some key lessons which you learned from them?
Okay. So believe me, Srishti, I don't think there is, there is only one mentor who inspires anyone. Nobody can say that there has been one mentor, and it's been a journey of 27 years and still counting. So mentors have been many, not necessarily only seniors. There are, lesser experienced people than you. There are your peers. There are some people who are in other departments, etc. So anybody and everybody can impress you, and contribute to this journey. So if I have to tell you, I would say that so many people have made me the person or the leader I am today, that it would be unfair that I name just one of them. And if I try naming all of them, then the interview would stretch for days. It wouldn't be a short interaction. So here are my 2 cents for those who are aspiring to be leaders or those who want to be leaders, etc. uh, Learn from everyone, observe everybody, observe every part of the personality. Take whatever you have liked, add your own unique flavor or touch to it, and you will have a leader who's unique because it's you. You'll have a leader who's not a copy of a X leader or a Y leader. You will have a leader who's very unique, where you have your own personality added, you have your own uh, qualities added to your leadership style.
I am very impressed by the words which you said. The first thing you said, "Suno sabki karo apni." That is something I would totally say should be the end motto of your day. Should be "Sabki suno." Everyone teaches you
You
something or the other in your life.
you
Totally.
wouldn't believe there were times when you don't get along with a particular boss, or you don't like a particular colleague, or you don't like, and you're like, yaar kya hi kar rahe hain aap, waste kar rahe ho time. That's not true. Some people also teach you what not to do in life. So that's also a learning, that tomorrow when I am in this situation, when I am leading a team like this, these are the two things I should not do to my team, because it makes them feel bad, or it brings down the morale, or it is something which is not good for a unified goal. This way we will never achieve something as a team. So bad experiences also teach you a lot.
True, ma'am. Everything you face in life is somewhat of an experience which might help you in the future. So, learning from them is a very crucial part. So, with this, I would like to end this by saying, first of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your incredible insights and experiences with us today. Your journey and leadership lessons are truly inspiring and will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on our listeners, especially for me also. We appreciate your time, wisdom, and generosity in being part of this conversation. Thank you so much, ma'am, for making this session truly impactful. We are grateful to have you today.
Thanks a lot, Srishti. And believe me, your words have made my day. It's so great to hear good about yourself at the start of the year itself. So thanks for that. And all the best to you.
Yes, ma'am, you deserve those words, ma'am. Lastly, I would like to say that we hope our viewers gained valuable knowledge from this discussion. To everyone who stayed with us through this episode, we hope you enjoyed it. We would love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to reach out to us with your suggestions via our LinkedIn or email ID, that is info@pharmastate.com, or simply leave a comment on this video. Let's keep the conversation going. Till next time, bye. Thank you, ma'am.